baddies, grunts, admin, SweetBananaGaming here with more of my Pokemon Y Wonderlocke. And in the last episode, we took on the 4th gym leader, Ramos, in a rather anticlimactic battle, although I have to admit, for how easy Ramos tends to be as a gym leader, he did almost give us a little bit of trouble, I guess, but not really. I don't know, kind of unfortunate gym battle to have, but we survived. That's a good thing about it being easy. But this episode, I am not so eager to get this episode on because, to be perfectly honest, I already recorded this episode. I recorded it all the way through. I pressed stop on the recording to finalize, and it didn't even try. Just my software, for whatever reason, was like, nope, you cannot finalize this recording. And so basically the footage is just sitting on my computer in a form that I can't use. It's hard to explain, but I guess because it's not finalized, the temp file, I guess, is there. I guess that's what it is, and, yeah, but can't use it. Can't put it in my editing software, and I have the face cam all recorded and everything. Like, I almost thought about playing along to my previous commentary in order to, and just matching it along with that, but I thought that would be too complicated. I might as well just redo this recording. Why not? So yeah, okay, what we're gonna do here today is what we just did, well, in the recording that nobody saw, unfortunately. We went to Route 13 and went into the power plant, so that's what we're gonna do again, and hopefully, well, let's put it this way, I have things recording in such a way that I have a backup if the recording gets corrupted again. So we should be good this time around. Let's go ahead and do what I did last time. I rearranged my team just a little bit. Actually, I think I only changed one thing about my team, I think. I put Haruto in instead of Timothy. I think that was all I did. Because, oh yeah, I have to talk about the stuff that I talked about the first time I recorded, because none of you got to hear it. In the last episode I had said I might be doing a training episode, and when I had said that, I didn't realize that I would be recording this episode before that episode even went up. So I haven't had a chance to possibly collect any questions from you guys to do a question and answer thing during my recording episode. So I'm going to save that for the next episode. In the next episode, when I do my recording, my training session, I'm going to bring Load of Croc and raise her up for the gym battle ahead. But for now, I'm going to take Haruto over here, and we're going to keep the team like this and go to the power plant. We'll do some more training later. We actually are a tad bit underleveled to take on this power plant area, but I did it in the previous episode knowing that we would probably be okay. Oh no, I want to lead with Jacob, because also in this episode, spoilers, when I recorded it the first time, I got Jacob to level 36, so he evolved. I'm hoping we can do that in this episode as well, if nothing unfortunate happens, like dying or something. So yeah, we're gonna do that now. Yeah, I don't need the bike, I guess. I'm just gonna go this way. Basically what I did in the last episode too, exploring Route 13, I didn't really explore it all that much. I fought a couple of wild Pokemon battles to get Jacob's experience up, but other than that, I really... like, there's a lot around here to explore on this route, but it's really annoying because you can't really use repels to prevent encounters from happening. As we've seen before in the previous episode I got my encounter on this route, you can see those, yeah, those things, those little, like, dust clouds or whatever running around. Those are your encounters, and they don't go away when you put up a repel. So basically you're forced to encounter them. You're not forced to fight them, we could always run. But I'm going to use them for some experience for Jacob, like I said. But yeah, basically it makes exploring this area kind of miserable, so I'm not going to really explore it in this episode. I'm going to, in my training episode, I'm going to, like, while running around and encountering wild Pokemon around here and raising my team up, I'm going to explore and get the other items that I need. I'll be able to kind of compromise, like, I'll be able to search around for the items, you'll still be able to see it, but I won't have to take up valuable episode time. I'm going to look for one hidden item that I did get the previous time I recorded this episode, just to try to make things as much the same as possible. Got a bunch of Doug Trio over here. But yeah, this area is interesting. It's very different. Well, I guess it's kind of like Glittering Cave or whatever, where you only had encounters in the form of those little shadows. But those, they were totally static. Like, you couldn't go past them without encountering them, but you could always, like, turn back around and not encounter them. But kind of reminds me of more traditional RPGs, like, well, I don't know if this is the most traditional RPG, but I was thinking, like, Mario and Luigi series, Paper Mario, and Earthbound, which I just finished my Let's Play of on my own channel, SweetBananaGaming. By the time you're watching this, it'll have been over for a few weeks already, but more traditional RPGs, I guess, also do this. I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy X and 13, but I was never really into, well, I mean, I was mostly a Nintendo console person anyway, but a lot of long-term games that, you know, take a lot of hours to get through, I had a hard time getting into a lot of them because, other than Pokémon, and I think the reason is Pokémon is on a handheld console, and I have no idea why I decided to use Surf when I didn't need to, because I'm trying to conserve PP on Surf, but I guess it'll be alright. But anyway, yeah, Pokémon is one of the few games that takes several hours to complete that I can actually finish all the way through. Partially, I guess, because over time I've become so used to the Pokémon formula that I don't need to worry about having, like, a guide or anything to help me out. So I can just, like, go confidently through, knowing I'm probably not missing out on too much important, and I know I can make it through the game pretty easily. I mean, it's not that hard of a game in the first place. But, like, for example, on my playthrough with Earthbound, I admittedly had to consult a guide a lot, because I had no idea what I was doing. It was it would have been a pretty super blind playthrough otherwise, and I definitely would have got my butt kicked a lot, because the difficulty in that game, as I guess is the case with a lot of the older NES and SNES era games, if you haven't played through the game several times to get experience, or if you don't have some sort of guide, it's quite difficult to know what you're doing. So yeah, games like Pokemon are where it's at for me, I guess. You don't need to think too hard, I guess. That's not totally true. You know, Pokemon games can require plenty of strategizing and planning, especially if you're going to do a challenge run of a game. You need to be able to strategize. Okay, so here we are at the entrance to the power plant, and once again, I mentioned this in the previous time I tried to record this, but the little pad part on the circle pad, the little padded part, has totally kind of disintegrated and come off. Not quite disintegrated, but it's fallen apart and come off the little circle joystick thingy. Not the entire, actually, when I first played the 3DS version of Super Smash Bros., I had heard a thing like, oh, be careful that people are having problems with their circle pads coming off because of the aggressive sort of fighting game thing you have going on there. But no, this isn't the problem I have here. The problem I have here is the actual stick. Like, the circle stick itself is completely in one piece, but just the soft padding part has come off and, like, fallen into pieces, which is weird because I only did one episode of Super Smash Bros. On this. This is my original 3DS, which I don't use anymore, so I had it outfitted with the capture device. But anyway, I don't know, I guess it's just wear and tear over the years, but let's have enough of that now because we have a Team Flare Grunt to take on, the first of many, actually, and he's gonna win in style, at least so he thinks. We can take on this guy probably no problem. Level 31. As I said, the Pokemon around here are at or above a lot of our Pokemon's levels. As a matter of fact, the final trainer that we have to take on, the final, I guess she's a Team Flare admin that we have to take on in the power plant area, her highest level Pokemon is a level 38 Mightyena, which is actually, if you see on the screen, a higher level than our level limit right now. The next gym leader's highest level Pokemon is only level 37. So that's kind of interesting here. We can't quite be on par with that Pokemon's level, but it's all right because, well, I took it on the last recording with Ace, and let's just say Ace has no problem taking on dark types, and I need to be careful here. I think my last recording I had Haruto try to take on this Golbat, and it ended up being a little bit scary, but I was resisting everything that it did. And wants to learn Smackdown. Smackdown, quite honestly, I tried using it. It was a bit of a letdown, so I'm not going to use it again. I had replaced Water Pulse for it, but seems like Water Pulse will do me more good. When Jacob evolved, I ended up replacing Smackdown with Water Shuriken anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Huh? I need to say this is very important dialogue here. Where's my power plant pass? Oh no, did I drop my power plant pass somewhere? I know what I'll do. I'll make a stylish deduction and maybe I'll enunciate the words properly next time. I must have dropped it when I was feeling around that boulder. You were feeling around the boulder? Anyway, 9 steps east from where I'm standing. That is oddly specific. And as he said, we could use the dowsing machine, but let's count exactly 9 steps, but not before we heal up poor Jacob here. So yeah. Again, hopefully everything goes well and Jacob evolves in this episode as well. I replaced Water Pulse with Smackdown in the last recording, and then I replaced Smackdown with Water Shuriken because it just wasn't doing the job in the few battles I got to use it. But let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we got the Power Plant Pass. Alright. So on that note, let's continue this way. We use the Power Plant Pass. Alright. The Kalos Power Plant. Some interesting scenery there in the background. The whole sort of geography of this area is weird. It looks like such a desert. It's almost like sci-fi, kind of out of place with the rest of Kalos, almost, at least in my opinion, but I don't know, maybe it's based on something that actually exists in Europe. Let me know if you know, because I don't know, even though I've been to Europe several times. Anyway, knock knock, who's there? You're not supposed to know, I'm supposed to say, knock knock, who you? You who? Me who? Seriously though, who are you? That's not how it works. Either you say knock knock and I say who's there, or I say knock knock and you say who's there. You can't say the whole joke by yourself. It's like laughing at your own joke, jeez. Okay, this Scraggy, I remember, I believe it was this one, gave me a close call with high jump kick, so I'm not even gonna mess around. I'm gonna bring out the big guns. I'm gonna bring out our ace to take this thing out. Ace doesn't have to worry about it, though. That fairy typing, of course. And 4 times super effective against Scraggy's fighting and dark type. Okay, who's next? Krogunk. Krogunk can be a little bit scary. I don't want to send Haruto out because it wasn't this Krogunk, but Haruto had a close call against a Krogunk in the previous recording where the Krogunk used revenge after we had damaged it. And yeah, I think he got to like 4 HP, so I am definitely not gonna let Haruto have to deal with that. Haruto's got good defenses, but of course weak to fighting and at a fairly low level compared to the rest of my team. But I actually did get Haruto to level 30 in my previous attempt at recording this, so he might not get to see as much action this time around. But it's okay, we have a training episode coming up. Okay, yeah, so these guys, you talk to them, they don't have a whole lot to say. They're just too worried about what's going on. And this guy here, I guess he's trying to use this crisis to his advantage. How about some fresh water? They usually go for $200 a bottle, but for you, I'll sell them for $300 a pop. That sounds like a deal that we just can't help but pass up. Yeah, we're gonna go back and check him out after we defeat all of the Team Flare members, and we found a Zap Plate. But anyway, we'll talk to this guy later after we've cleared out Team Flare and see if he's a bit more appreciative of our efforts. Alright, let's continue along. Let's fight against this person. It's interesting how in the 3D models, the trainers' heads, they kind of follow you around, but they still don't, like, register as noticing you or whatever until you walk by and cross their path. Because technically they could see you from that distance. But anyway, here's another Krogunk. Let's see if we can take it out. And we do. And Jacob level 34. And we've got a Golbat. Let's... You know what, I kind of want to keep Jacob in for now, actually. We'll do that. Alright, we're still on the edge of our seats here. This could still end in total disaster for all of us. And then let's resume here. Okay, and we walk this way and a Team Flare Grunt sees us. Conveniently also blocking the way. You notice how even though we were in the middle, he didn't take one step forward to be on the adjacent square to us? That's because he has to stop right there so that he blocks off our pathway, which you probably could have guessed. But we're going to send in Ace against this Mightyena because taking on Mightyena is one of the things that Ace does best. Just dark types in general, I guess. Okay, so defeated this Team Flare Grunt. And now, let's go... So yeah, see, we can't get around this guy. Even though we were over here, he didn't go into the adjacent square. Okay, who do we have next? Oh, I sure do love me a good happening. I love the feel of accomplishment that comes with overcoming a challenge. Well, easy there, buddy. You haven't overcome anything just yet. I still might very well defeat you. Okay, got a Scraggy. You know what that means. Automatically switch out for Ace. That's pretty much exactly what that means. That's not even gonna do much either. Now I wonder though if I should be wasting all my Dazzling Gleams. I'm gonna need to save a couple. Well, I'll need to save one for the Mightyena that we have at the end of this whole thing. Alright, Golbat. This could get scary. I should have taught Haruto Surf. I forgot, he still has Brine. When I did my last attempt at recording this, I ended up teaching Haruto Surf at the end of this episode. But I really should have just taught him Surf now. I don't know what I was waiting for. I need to just teach Haruto Surf right now. So let's do that. Also heal him up. But these Oran Berries have been coming in handy. They kind of help out in a pinch. Especially because I do have a limit on how many items I'm going to use in battle, so having a little bit of HP restore with the Oran Berries is really nice. And it's so easy to grow them too. Like, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I really like how easy it is. How easy it is with the berry... Oh wait, Ace can learn Surf? I did not know that. I like how easy it is in these games, compared to other games, to have, like, a berry farm, because in other games, like, you just have small berry patches scattered around the entire region, and you kind of have to remember where they are if you want to find your, you know, berries, or if you pick one spot, one berry patch to do all your berry harvesting so you can remember, you only have a slot for, like, 2 berries. But here they're all, in X and Y, they're all nice and laid out in a row. You have a little berry farm, it's all Harvest Moon style, so it's really easy to literally farm Oran Berries, which is cool. I appreciate that. I think, well, I guess in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire you have that to some extent, because you have that one, I forget what route it's off of, but you have this one giant, like, berry patch where there's so many... but yeah, you get that berry patch in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but even then, it's not, the berry patches aren't all in nice little rows. Alright, we are gonna get the level up to level 36. So you know what that means. We're gonna get to evolve. Okay, now where were we? Mightyena. Well, we know what to do with that, and that is send out Ace. Alright, let's do this Dazzling Gleam. Boom! Alright, and we got to level 35. The future doesn't look very bright for you because you're wearing sunglasses. Wasn't there, like, there was a saying, like, I'm not sure how long ago this was, probably as much as 10 years ago. Did it come from a song? I don't know. There was a line like, my future's so bright I gotta wear shades or something like that. But this person is taking the opposite view on it. My future doesn't look very bright because I'm wearing shades. So I guess it's all in how you look at it, right? And there it is! We have a lovely Greninja! And it wants to learn... It's going to want to learn... There we go, Water Shuriken. I don't know if I need 3 water attacks. I want to get rid of Water Pulse, but then again, Water Pulse is probably going to do me better than Round. Since Round doesn't quite do what I wanted it to do. In the last episode I replaced Water Pulse, but this time I'll replace Round. I don't really need it. In most instances, there aren't a whole lot of things that resist water anyway. I'll replace his moves with something else eventually, but for now I'll deal with this. Okay, so... we have our Greninja. It's not Protean, but to be honest, I was thinking having a Protean Greninja would be really cool and maybe even OP, but it could also get a little bit scary, like, because I could back myself into a corner where I change myself into a type that ends up coming back to bite me when another Pokemon comes out and has a super effective move or whatever. Like, you never know in those Nuzlocke type things. What to do against this guy? I'm gonna go ahead and... I remember I did some damage to him with Haruto last time, and then I used Nahum to finish him off. Let's see, I remember this guy using Amnesia a lot. Let's go see what a Surf does. But we're gonna get encored anyway, so we fell into that one. I guess that's fine, though. Oh, we did discover in the previous episode, I don't know if this will happen this time, not in the previous episode, but in my previous attempt at recording, I'll bring it up now because I don't know if it'll happen again. I ended up being encored by one Pokemon. Oh no, I ended up being tormented by one Pokemon using an attack, and then I couldn't select that attack because I was tormented. I think I used Psychic on Ace, but then the next Pokemon went before me and used Encore, so then I had to use Psychic with Ace. And at first I thought I was gonna get trapped into, like, I was gonna get stuck and then have to use Struggle. But it turns out, no, Encore trumped Torment, and I was able to use Psychic again. Of course, you never know, this girl says she's gonna inflict serious pain on her Pokemon here. We've got a Liepard. I feel like I've had this battle before. Probably because I did a few hours ago. And we've got Swalot. Let's just go ahead and nip this one in the bud. It might be a little bit dangerous sending out Ace due to sending it out against a poison type, but we do have Psychic. Oh, I think that was what happened. I think it was against this trainer. I sent out Ace against a Liepard. I switched into it against a Liepard and it used Torment on me. And then I used Psychic. No, wait. No, I did. I used Psychic and it didn't take it out. Right, and then the Swalot used Encore on me, and I thought I was going to be stuck because of Torment and Encore together, but then I just ended up getting Encored into Psychic. So yeah, that was what happened. Alright, took it out. Yeah, we ended up putting the hurting on your Pokemon indeed. Okay, let's regroup again. Alright. I guess let's keep Haruto out. I think there's another Houndoom we'll have to fight eventually, but I don't know if it's... There's actually two admins we have to fight. Well, I guess one's an admin and one's a scientist. I don't know. One, the trainer class, is definitely admin. The other one is Aliana or whatever. Ooh, this is the time, I think, that I had Haruto out against a Krogunk that revenged me. So I'm gonna, again, switch out to Ace here. But yeah, we have a fight against the Team Flare admin that looks like Pitbull, and then we have the scientist slash admin, whatever you want to call her, Aliana. And the admin guy has a Houndoom, I believe. And then Aliana has a Mightyena. So I think I'll use Haruto against the Houndoom. I think we'll be okay there. Surf should be pretty good against it. I don't know if it has too much that can hurt us, so I guess we'll see though. And got Scraggy here. Use a Dazzling Gleam just for you. That was easy. And a Liepard. Yeah, actually, you know, why don't we have... To conserve some Dazzling Gleam, why don't we have Haruto get back in on the experience here? We showed that he could take out a Liepard before. Now giving him Surf especially, I mean, I don't know why I waited so long to give him Surf. I mean, I know why I hadn't given him Surf up until this episode, but I should have given it to him at the very start of this episode. Because so much better than Brine. I mean, Brine has its use, I guess, if you're lucky enough to get them to half HP. And took it out. Awesome. Gonna evolve into an Amistar at level 40. But of course, our level limit is only 37, so that won't be until at least after the next gym. Provided the level limit doesn't only go up to something like 39, which is kind of what it's been doing so far. Like, the level limit went from like 24 to 26, I think, or something like that in one episode. No, it went from 24 to 33, I think, and then from 33, no, 25 or whatever to 32, which was reasonable. 32 to 34, only 2 levels, and then 34 to 37, so it's been kind of ridiculous with how little the level limit has crept up. But I guess we've been fighting most of the gym leaders reasonably close to each other, but still you have to be careful, that means. Alright, so here's where we entered before and were blocked off, so now we get to go here to these admins, and the one that looks like Pitbull, but I'm going to tell you right now, I can't really do a Pitbull impression. I know Spanish, but I don't know how to speak Pitbull very well. Like, I know a lot of the tropes, but I'm not even gonna bother. I'll just say dale. How much longer? If you're just interested in the facts, I'd say we already have enough energy to power the device. Good, let's finish up here and move out. There's still more work to be done. I have some more songs to make. What other work do you mean? I just told you. I have more songs to make. Perhaps you mean taking out that annoying little Pokemon trainer over there? No, I meant making a few new songs, because it's been 2 whole hours and I haven't made a song yet. And referential humor. So on point, so relevant. Challenged by Team Flare admin Pitbull. Yeah, I know, that joke is probably old at this point. But, I mean, he really does look like Pitbull. It is pretty uncanny, so I mean, whether intentional or not. And yeah, our physical defense is strong too, so yeah, Houndoom not going to do much on us. It probably has an attack that'll do more to us, but as no surprise that the AI in this game isn't exactly the best. Especially since this guy only has 1 Pokemon, which is another thing about most of the Team Flare admins in this game. How they have high-level Pokemon, but they only have 1. Like, each of them only use 1 Pokemon, and it's so weird. It would be more interesting if they had, like, maybe 3 Pokemon at least. And, I mean, Lysander has maybe a full team or almost a full team. You know, spoilers, he's the leader of Team Flare, but you're not watching this playthrough because you're interested in, you know, finding out the story for the first time. You're watching it because it's a Wonderlocke. But anyway, scientists, take care of this pesky intruder. I'm gonna go back to Miami. 305. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, little trainer, let's see what you've got. Enough Pitbull references. Alright. I forgot. We have a chance to regroup here a little bit. So we're gonna put Ace up front. I don't even think we need to worry. I think we can take this out in 1 hit. And yes, she's Aliana. I'm one of Team Flare's scientists. I'm researching a certain something that you wouldn't understand anyway, because you're just a child, of course. But just in case, we can't risk you being around. So yeah, she doesn't really have a trainer class name, actually. Well, her trainer class is just Team Flare Aliana. And then the admin is just admin. But anyway, we've got Ace here, our Cupcake, Cream Puff guy, Pokepuff, Pokemon. Gonna take this thing out with Dazzling Gleam. Boom! Look at how fast that HP went down. And that's why Ace is the ace of the team, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Aliana, you and your tutu and your fancy shutter shades are gonna have to try again some other time. Ahahaha! Well, I certainly didn't expect you to be so interesting. I do hope we can meet again. Alright, and that's gonna do it. We have cleared out— oh, right. Cena and Dexio. I mean, the masked defenders of Kalos, who I have never met before. You chased off that mysterious bunch before we could even get here? Well, I guess there's always room for more defenders of Kalos. Let me heal your Pokemon as thanks. Why, thank you, ma'am. You and your Pokemon are the ultimate team, no doubt about it. But don't push yourself too hard. Here, take these. And we're gonna get some full restores, which is pretty cool for relatively— I was gonna say early part of the game, but I guess we've actually already got half of the badges that we need. So let's hurry up and run out here. Before we leave the power plant, of course, we have to check in on all those people who were— I don't know if you'd call them hostages or they were hiding or whatnot, but we have to check in on them, you know, make sure they're okay. They had a traumatic experience after all. Let's see. I knew you'd save us. I never doubted you for a moment. Sure. Yeah, he was the guy saying, you're saving us, but you're just a kid. But he is going to show his thanks by giving us the TM for Flame Charge, which is cool. I don't think anybody except Timothy can learn it. But this scientist is going to give us a magnet, which we already got the Zap Plate when we came here the first time. Both of those we could give to Sabat, or either one of those, I guess. And this guy. Yeah, now he's going to sell freshwater for only $100, so he's actually selling them at a 50% discount. So we're going to buy a few of them while I talk here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge the gap over to Lumiose City, but then I'm going to fly back to Coumarine Town and get my team ready to do the training episode in the next episode. And then, yeah, I'm going to train up Load of Croc. I'm going to train up— I don't really need to worry about training up Jacob or anybody. Jacob and Ace are already pretty close to the level limit. So, I'll probably train up maybe Nahum a little bit. He could come in handy always. He seems to be pretty reliable. Won't need to worry about training up Derek. I'll keep him around so I can fly back to Pokemon Centers easily. I'll train up Itoichi a little bit, although I don't think he'll be able to evolve. Well, I keep forgetting at what level Gumi evolves into Sliggoo, but I'm tempted to say it's not under level 37. So, but we'll train him up a little bit because he hasn't been getting a whole lot of love lately. Because I'm just afraid to use him and put him into a bad situation because I don't want him to die. I want that Goodra, darn it. But yeah, we'll do some training, and we'll— in the process of training, it'll be sped up, but you'll get to see me collect some of the items over on Route 13, so that, you know, you can see me do it, but we don't have to deal with me running into too many encounters, because I'll be training anyway, of course. So for now, let's just try to run on down as quick as we possibly can here without running into a Pokemon, maybe? Alright, we did it. But what's this? This tall guy here. He's like, what, 13 feet tall or something? As tall as a Seviper or whatever? The Pokemon! The flower Pokemon! The Pokemon that was given eternal life. Okay, nice chatting with you, buddy. Yeah, and then he just disappears like that, I guess. And over here we need Rock Smash, which we don't have. So we're just gonna walk over this way to Lumiose. I'm just gonna do it again so that we have access to, I guess, this part of town. I don't know if there's a Pokemon Center on this part of town, or I think there's only one on the south part of town. But we'll take this step forward just so we can unlock this cutscene with I almost called her Bianca because she's basically the same personality. But Shauna! I ran after you like crazy when I spotted you up ahead. Know what? I heard the power's back on here in Lumiose City. Some really bad people were stealing electricity from the Kalos power plant, and then somebody came and stopped them. No one knows who, but they must be awesome. Who do you think it was? Well, let's be honest and say that honesty is the best policy. It was totally me. What? No way! You, Sweet Bee! And get this! Well, apparently that didn't leave much impact on her. She forgot about it already. They're gonna light the tower! Let's go see it, Sweet Bee! Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're gonna go over to that tower, but we're gonna do it probably not in the next episode, in the episode after that, because I don't want to unlock any more. Like, we don't need to worry about this yet. We have training to do, so I'm just gonna go back to Coumarine Town here. So actually, I guess we can't fly over there because we haven't been into the Pokemon Center, but that's alright. We're gonna be on Route 13 anyway, doing some training, so it's not a big deal. We're gonna just switch a couple things around here real quick. I'm gonna... Let's see. For training here, since Ace is almost at the level limit, I'm gonna swap him out for Sabat, and then put Load of Croc in here for Jacob, and this is going to be my team for training. I might, after a bit, I think after I'm not going to use Haruto in the gym, so after I give him a couple more levels, I think then I'll swap out for Timothy, probably. But I want to get Haruto a few more levels. It's going to be easiest for him to battle against the Pokemon on Route 13. And I am going to turn on the experience share again just for training purposes. I'm not over-leveling anybody because I do have that level limit. And it's just going to make my job a lot easier of leveling up my Pokemon. So, again, just for training purposes, I'm just going to turn it on so I remember in the next episode. But that'll about do it then, actually. So, if you like this video, please leave a like. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to Team Eclipse, please become a grunt. Or consider it, because we have content for you pretty much every single day from all of our great admins, all sorts of different content. There's probably something for everybody there. And also, if you like my kind of content, you can check out my personal channel, SweetBananaGaming. I do Pokemon Let's Plays and challenge runs like this. I just finished a playthrough of Earthbound a few weeks ago. You can check that out. Its series actually spans the past year or so, which is almost my entire existence on YouTube, so it'd be kind of cool to check out how my presentation style has evolved since basically the beginning. And I have other stuff on there as well, with new stuff to come, as always. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of my Pokemon Y Wonderlocke.